Hello and welcome, my Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this full moon in October to new moon next in November. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive president. I'm joining the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but my friends just call me Mal, so please do, my subscribers, my friends, thank you so much for helping me on my YouTube journey. Got a lot coming up this full moon to new moon next. I mean, it is Halloween, full moon on Halloween. Definitely a busy time for me, both inner, outer, and upper, lower, if things go well, you know what I mean, Saggies. So if you are new to my channel, please do help out if you like. Help me reach my goal. I know I'm not quite at 2,000 subscribers yet, but I'm shooting for 30,000 so I can have the membership thing and the join button so we can do private live streams, right? We can totally do members only content, and of course all the extended readings that I do, not this series of readings, but the next one I'm doing is the romantic timeless soulmate read. So that's 24 readings in a week. I'm going to use the HD camera, you know, my format with the titles and the music and all that stuff. But you'll be able to watch the extendeds on Vimeo, pay per view, but once I get 30,000 subscribers on YouTube, we'll be able to have all of the extendeds in the members content. So you watch all of them for one price per month. So this reading in particular, we are looking at a What Do I Need read. We're doing a 7-card draw, 7 different decks, 1 card each from different levels of the divine, my divine pantheons collectively I call them. We are looking at 2 tarot decks, 2 oracle decks, and 3 healing systems. All the decks that I read are in the description box below if you want to check them out in a little bit more detail. This is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, right? Because these are clues, tips, and hints about what you need to know that you might not know. Need to know, need to heal, waning moon, right? Full to new moon. What you need to relax, release, let go of, transform, blah, blah, blah. The alchemy of it all, right? From lead to gold. 3 atoms in lead more than gold. So it's burning off something to go from something toxic to something healthy. We're going to start with this archetype card. And by the way, we are looking at the full moon, blue moon in Taurus on Halloween, 10:49 a.m. If you catch this in time, we will be probably streaming on YouTube Friday night, the 30th, to do some full moon stuff because it's too early in the morning for all of us to get together, 2:49 a.m. Eastern. But then, of course, we have the rest of the waning moon over the next 2 weeks. November 15th, 2:07 a.m. is new moon, so you might want to wait till the next day to do your new moon stuff because it'll be dark moon until 2:07 a.m. I think that's enough exposition, don't you? Oh, except to stay focused on your breath, right? Be here now. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, means what happens in your present energy field and in your body in particular when a piece of information or energy hits. It's just the best way to do it instead of your mind deciding what you like and want to resonate and what don't, right? It's tricky. So I think that's about it. I think all my checkpoints are done. Let's do this. Sagittarian, breathe. I know, it's like 5 minutes of exposition to get to that breath, my collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, I need 1 card in clarity for the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. This full moon in Taurus to new moon next in Scorpio, October, November 2020. What is the dominant archetype they are dealing with within themselves, within someone else, within a situation, any of those, all of those, that they need to alchemize from lead to gold, deal with in some way this full moon, top card to new moon next. Great, you've got the hero, heroine archetype. Now, as lovely as that sounds, the hero, it's a little bit different than what society considers a hero. This is more in the original Jungian, Joseph Campbell the hero's journey, right? I mean, this is that kind of hero. This isn't about rescuing people. That's the rescuer, right? This isn't about balancing the scales of justice. That's the Avenger archetype, right? This is the hero action family of archetype, but one about empowerment. Now remember, there's shadow and light in all of these, lead and gold, toxic and healthy. So this is what you will be dealing with waning. Again, you, yourself, the situation, all of that, whatever. The shadow attribute or the lead, escapism, and a false sense of heroism. Now, false sense of heroism, I get that thing of a kid like making their bed and going, ta-da, look what I did, da-da-da, like you saved the day, you made your bed, right? You're supposed to do that every day. I don't. I wash the sheets. I just don't necessarily. I have cats. They like to snuggle. What can I tell you? So you kind of get that false sense of heroism, but more the escapism. Like, yeah, when you're a hero on the hero's journey, why wouldn't you have almost the compulsion to escape the journey, right? When the hero refuses the call to the hero's journey, if you study the hero's journey, a disaster ensues, devastation, right? You might want to listen to Obi-Wan, otherwise, sand people, just saying. The light attribute, though, rather than being something that sounds heroic in the comic book sense, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. So it is very much a personal archetype, though active. Here we have a hero and a heroine climbing to the peak of the same mountain, right? Almost like the athlete archetype, setting new goals and transcending them, but this is in terms of personal power. Now I'm going to say for a Sagittarian, this feels like it would be a Sagittarian thing, right? Very personal power, empowering myself, right? And taking the journey, the ups, the downs, the demons, the dragons, the damsels, the drunkenness. You get the idea. Take a nice deep breath. As we ask the goddesses, the daughters of the moon tarot, what you need to be aware of inside of yourself. So whether or not you are that hero heroine, this is what's going on inside of you, connected to it. Here we go. My goddesses of fire and the sign of Sagittarius, please. Half the divine universe, the divine yin, please. Can we have one card in clarity, please? For the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, this full moon in Taurus to new moon next in Scorpio, October, November 2020. They got the hero archetype. Whether this is them or not, they are interacting with it in some way. What do they need to know inside of them? The yin is the Three of Cups. So there is an emotional bond here. Now that could be to your benefit or detriment. We've got quite a number of cards going to hit the table too. We've only got 2 out of 7 down on the table. So this could be an empathic bond. This could certainly be friendship, but it's something inside of you, right? So it's a feeling, it's an emotion. A Three of Cups can be a card of celebration. Perhaps you have crossed a threshold on the hero's journey and find yourself internally feeling good about yourself, right? Now, that means in terms of a waning moon that something is eroding that has been, or dissolving, like a block has been removed. People don't realize that waning moon isn't all about depression and misery. It's about releasing blockages. Perhaps the alchemy is hard, but it's like things that have been in your way before, particularly when it's divine timing, what you do to yourself when it's just not time yet, right? It can be a little crazy making. I get it. But that's not what I'm feeling here. I'm feeling actually a really good time inside of you. I like the 3s, right? Well, I'm a soul number 3. Communicator, big shock. That tripod stability, right? So it feels good. And certainly if this is relationally based, we'll see. We are certainly looking at not just an emotional connection, but I'm getting for some of you an empathic bond. So it might be, if that is true for some of you, and you're empaths, divine feminine, first waves, whatever you want to call them, whatever you want to call yourselves, it can really be a challenge, particularly if you are a hero with a sidekick, so to speak, the companion archetype. So let's see what's going on the outside. The mythic tarot, the god Zeus in particular. Let's have a look-see, Duxie. Breathe. The divine masculine principle, the gods, the Zeus in particular, the other half of the universal energy. Please, can we have one card? May we have one card in clarity? For the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs this full moon in Taurus to new moon next in Scorpio, October, November 2020. The collective is saying to be aware of the hero-heroine archetype. The goddesses are saying be aware of emotional bonding. Three of Cups, that kind of initial celebration feels good. What do they need to be aware of outside of themselves, in the physical world, in the yang world? This full moon to new moon next, the Hermit. All right, so this is something that you are containing. This is something that you are keeping within yourself. And well, it should be, if this is really you on the journey and a personal breakthrough, a personal achievement. You've reached a higher plateau on the mountain of the journey of self-empowerment, right? Now, this could also be escapism, right? Pulling back from the outside world. Now, I will say, whether this is you or somebody else, absolutely, this could be you are dealing with a hero who's in hermit mode. It's not a bad name for the title, but we'll see. But what I like about it is it does feel more protective. It does feel like I'm going to go into my cave. Well, it's not roll rocks in front of things, wrong season. But, you know, like I'm going to pull back. I'm going to keep to myself. Doesn't mean you can't socialize, but I mean, there's something behind the castle wall with the drawbridge pulled up here. Focus on your inner light if this is you. If you find yourself in hermit phase, I mean, come on, we're all in one way or another being forced into hermit phase this year, even if you're out and about in the world doing essential work. I gotta watch my words here on YouTube. But you get what I'm saying? It's like, it's okay. So I do feel like this is, like, I'm not going to say Sagittarians can't have hermit modes. It's just particularly, I would say, Sagittarian sun signs, right? They're so yang in that way. They're so element of fire, masculine energy, Jupiter, Zeus, right? Energy. But no, I do feel like there's a need perhaps to set a boundary to go deeper and higher up. It's something as simple as, look, people, I need a day. Do your own laundry. There's food in the fridge. Like, what if that's the role that you're in? So I'm on a journey. I'm on a journey and I'm taking my steps and I need to conserve my energy and I need to follow my own guidance and grace, not be pulled in 10,000 different directions, because it feels like whatever this is feels good. Feels good. Feels like, it feels like like if we're going to look at the minor arcana as a journey in and of itself, you've already begun, right? You're already like 3 steps into out of 10 steps. Not a very long journey, but you know what I'm saying. All right. So we've got one of our healing systems, our 2 tarot down. Let's get to our next healing system here. We've got the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, 4 suits. Half of the deck is the suit of the problem, because it's good to know the problem, particularly in a read like this. Like, what's the problem I need to be aware of? There's the suit of luck. What is the piece of luck right in front of you you might not be aware of? What is the piece of healing? It's the 3rd suit. What is the healing you need to act upon, embrace, accept? What is the grace that is flowing in the situation that you need to allow in? Shall we? The Ascended Masters, let's do this. Oh, let's sit back for this one. Yes, my Ascended Masters. This feels a little peaceful. Please, can we have one card in clarity for the Sagittarian collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs this full moon in Taurus to new moon next in Scorpio. My beloved Ascended Masters, we've got the hero's journey here, the hero archetype. 3 of Cups on the inner, Hermit on the outer. What is it they need to be aware of? The piece of luck, the piece of the problem, the piece of grace, or the piece of healing? This full moon to new moon next. Push me, pull me. I kind of felt being pulled in different directions, right? Being pulled by maybe family and friends in one direction, being called by the hero's journey in another, maybe being called by a hero. Maybe there is a little bit of romantic push me, pull me here. Come here, get away from me. Where are you going, right? Some of that going on that you need to be aware of. Although I will say, from a more hermited perspective here, this really feels more like, well, do I do what everybody wants or do I do what I need? Yeah, you know, it's that thing of put on the oxygen mask on the airplane on you, put it on yourself first before you put it on anybody else. there's that in here. I mean, that's just part of the hermit too. There's a big part of self-care, but it's about introspection, right? So if you're feeling called inward, a pull, and yet people are pushing you to do things that are not necessarily part of your hero's journey right now. I mean, we all have responsibilities. I have to scoop litter and feed cats and, you know, all the other stuff, not just running a company and doing readings with clients as a witch and an intuitive. My days are chock full. Plus, we've got a new podcast, and we got a lot going on. But still, without Milana Virgo, so we are the Hermit card. If I can't do that, I mean, I'm going to be pushed and pulled apart, right? So only you're going to know what that push me, pull me is. So if you can, please comment, what is your push me, pull me? Because I do feel like this really is feeling more and more like you. Because there's always a push me, pull me on the hero's journey, right? It's like the call pushes you forward, but people want to pull you back. You can really play with those words that way here. And I think, however, it's like fill in the blank. I'm being pushed by this, but pulled by that, and then reverse it. I'm being pulled by this and pushed by that, if I said that correctly, right? And write out the sentence as many different ways as feels like authentic, and you can really get some clues there. Speaking of clues, now come our two oracles. Notice I do healing system, tarot, healing system, oracle, healing system, because I'm a Virgo. Yeah, we're going to use the Healing with the Angels Oracle Doreen Virtues deck. And I think for the next series I do using these, I have another whole pack of these, the older ones. I'm going to mix them together so that if we get double angels in the soulmate and twin flame reads, that'll be interesting. Breathe. Oh, my angels of fire and Sagittarius, my Michaelites. Oh, I love you guys so much. Please, can we have one card in clarity? For the Sagittarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, this full moon in Taurus to new moon next in Scorpio. What is the angel they need to call upon, right? The healing angel, not called by name unless it's the Archangel Michael card. It's the only angel named in the deck. But by service, by function, what is the angel they need to call upon this waning moon, October, November 2020? Harmony. Now, what I find interesting about the Angel of Harmony is, you know, you ask the question, well, what would the Angel of Harmony do? Why should I call them? Well, they're going to help bring you into harmony. And with this push me, pull me, which feels dissonant, dissonance is the opposite of harmony. So I know just from music study, and I'm not a musician, I'm a singer, I'm classically trained, Thorpe, I don't know, my fan near me. Just give me something to remember you by. No. There's a push me, pull me, right? Give me something to remember by. No. In two notes next to each other on the piano, dissonant. Thirds. It needs space. This might very well be about you taking space to bring yourself into harmony with everybody else around you by getting in harmony with your own interior world. It's necessary. And now we're going into this last, right? From Halloween to Christmas, or if so I roll, from Samhain to Yule, it's the dark moon of the sun, if you want to call it that, right? It's totally hibernate time. And what are we doing? We're running around like crazy. Well, maybe not so much this year. Maybe this year we will get that more internal rest time. Let the field lay fallow before the rebirth of Yule, or the birth of Yule. So harmony, really key here. And you know, there's also a card of balance in this deck. So balance and harmony, we're looking at a different dynamic here, particularly, and I'm getting there might be something very heart chakra going on here. That Three of Cups, like I said, is a stable foundation, balance. Let's ask the higher selves. Whispers of Love Oracle, a piece of inspiration, information, or insight from the higher selves, fifth dimension and above, for the well-being of all. Breathe. Higher selves of all involved, please can I get one card in clarity for the Sagittarian collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, this full moon in Taurus to new moon next in Scorpio, October, November 2020. What is the piece of information, inspiration, or insight they need concerning this hero, heroine archetype? Three of Cups on the inner, bonding. Feels good. That Hermit on the outer. maybe pulling back, but pulling back into the self feels good. But there's a push me, pull me that they need to be aware of. That is a problem, but a problem that might be guiding them inward. And with the angel of harmony there assisting and healing if they call upon the angel of harmony. So what is the piece of information, inspiration, or insight for your Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs this waning moon? New love. Now this may not be romantic. I mean, yes, with the push me, pull me thing there, I could get it. And that, like, you might very much be feeling this bond, this connection, if this is romantic, but there is a push me, pull me dynamic here, which, you know, can be a little flirty, but that's not a problem, right? That's being more playful. This is not how this push me, pull me feels. So new love, embrace this new opportunity, I get it, of love that is here. This may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth. Now, I know Sagittarians usually go for it, right? You're the archers, you know, you're shooting those arrows of mutable fire around the universe. This push me, pull me could be in you. It could be that 1 foot on the gas, 1 foot on the brake. I really want to, but I really feel this, but. Now, there's nothing wrong with taking it slowly, but if you're going to, I know, not exactly the Sagittarian bailiwick to do things slowly, wildfires that you are, and we just keep calling wildfire, wildfire, right? Call to the angel of harmony here. This is a new love. This may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth, as it says. And of course, again, general reads. That's going to play itself out as needed to, you know, who is drawn to watch this video. But I can feel that it's really, this is a lesson of empowerment for you. And if there is a romantic thingy here, this could be path of true love stuff. I mean, in a sense, everything's path of true love. True love is divine love. I know all about getting your stuff touched. And a mortgage. Last card down from the Ascended Masters. Give you the hint about that problem of push me, pull me. The Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. Let's do this. Because a hero with a mantra is very powerful. They're not affirmations. They work differently. A mantra and affirmation, we want to affirm something. A mantra is chanting something with the intention of healing in this case, right? Take a nice deep breath. Oh, and Kuan Yin is in the house. My Ascended Masters, please. 1 card in clarity. Wow, talk about an energy shift. 1 card in clarity for this Sagittarian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign from this full moon in Taurus to new moon next in Scorpio, October into November 2020. We've got the hero with this 3 of Cups bonding, yet they are dealing with hermit phase with them with someone else. There is definitely a manifestation of push me, pull me here within themselves, perhaps with another person giving mixed messages. But the angel of harmony is here. And what would the angel of harmony do? Harmonize their own interior, exterior worlds, but also bringing harmony to this new love situation. If they can, if they need, they really need to embrace this new opportunity of love that is here. It's maybe pertaining to, you know, work or spiritual growth. So with all of that, my beloved Ascended Masters, and I'm really feeling Kuan Yin here, please. What is the perfect healing mantra for them this full moon to new moon next October, November 2020? Balancing the brain. Balancing the brain with the harmony card. There we go. Now this is really perfect for the push me, pull me thing. I can be and do all at once. In other words, you don't have to choose between being the truth of who you are, a way of saying this, I should say, and doing what is called for, right? You don't have to cut everybody out of your life to pray and meditate, but there might be some boundary setting here. And hermits, there's a boundary in place here. Balancing the brain. Let me read it for you, please, if you would. Balancing the brain, I can be and do all at once. This has a lot to do with masculine, feminine energy. When the brain is balanced, you are no longer bouncing back and forth between being and doing. You allow each action to be expressed from a space of mindfulness, peace, and ease. In a balanced brain, each inner battle has been won, which makes it easy to navigate around those whose minds are still entrenched in conflict. And I feel like that might be part of this push and pull if you're dealing with family members or friends or tribal dictate. And you're really, you know what I mean by tribal dictate? Carolyn May said this. It's like usually your family of origin, your birth family, is not going to celebrate that you're breaking away from the family religion to study Buddhism. Right? It's a threat to them on an energetic level at first, right? So it might be it's like, no, I'm being called forward on this journey. I just used Buddhism as an example. It's Carolyn Mitch. I love her. She's so good. She's the best. But then the family, again, this image of crabs trying to crawl out of a basket, one of them trying to crawl out and the other's trying to pull them back. That could be some of that push-pull. From the space, you are able to do all that needs to be done while operating from your soul's natural state of being. So this is sort of like Zen in motion, stillness in motion. Joy Eden, Betty Sun, Long Island, Tai Chi. This mantra is ideal for reducing stress at work, being a more mindful parent, and increasing levels of accountability. Now, if this is a family thing, being a more mindful parent doesn't mean there's more to think about. It's just you're more in the present moment and rising. Now, I don't teach parenting. I don't have kids. I have cats and companies, baby. That's what I'm good at, getting pregnant with. Well, not the cats, obviously, but mama, because cats can't say papa. They can't. Their lips don't go that way. Their cheeks don't puff up. But this is really about balancing your masculine and your feminine energy. And it does make sense. Let me put it together, right? That on the hero's journey, again, the shadow attribute, escapism and a false sense of heroism. The light attribute, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. And I gotta say, with this Three of Cups, that this is an emotional part of it that you're going through internally. There is that beginning stages, or at least that beginning stability of a passion for empowerment. You're feeling good. I like that feels really good inside of you. But with this Hermit, it's like almost like you can't share it, or you have to keep it silent, or something one of my old spiritual teachers used to say. It's like you can take a sip out of the soda bottle, but you really want to cap it so all the fizz don't get out. Do you know what I mean? It's like you don't want to like leave it uncorked, so all of that energy, enthusiasm dissipates. Let it do the energy work inside of you. That really works well with balancing the brain. Of course, I can be and do all at once. I can keep that thing in flow, and whatever this push me pull me situation is, like, look, my body's doing it, right? I'm becoming more and more physically empathic, which is a little troubling in a way. So that like, and yes, some of you, it's inside of you, although I don't think for the majority it is. I feel like you know what feels right for you here. And so to call to the angel of harmony, to bring new love to the situation, to embrace whether this is work, whether this is romance, this could easily play itself out as a character has appeared on your hero's journey, or a hero on their journey has appeared on your path, right? But again, this is for a 2-week period, depending on when you're watching this. So let's give you the prayer here. The blessing. May the Sagittarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need this full moon to new moon next, to become aware of this push me, pull me, inner or outer, so they can balance their brain, being and doing all at once while they deal with the hermit phase in their life, or someone in particular going in to help them on this path of personal empowerment with really good feeling, beginning, emotion, intuition, feeling on this, calling upon the angel of harmony to help them balance it all in this phase of new love, work, career, vocation, spiritual growth, relationship, family, however that plays itself out, and maybe indeed the love of themselves for their well-being and for the well-being of all. May they be so blessed. So may it be. And so it is. Thank you so much for watching. My friends, please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Help me get up my numbers. I'm driven now. Like the podcast we recorded yesterday. I'm excited to get up and out there. So the work is just going to keep continuing. So if you like me and if you like the reading, hit the like button. If you like me, subscribe, and feel free to comment and all that stuff too. It's really appreciated. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of this full moon to new moon next October 2020, my darlings. Hail. Farewell and blessed be.